People are beginning to tire of the stuff they're being fed. People are beginning to challenge it. I remember a black guy stopped me in the street, Rasta, and he said to me, "You're that Tory boy," and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, I might have to vote Tory," which for him was a big step. So I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because we're not having a realistic conversation about the challenges that he was talking about, the black community face." Every time someone bigged me and said, "Go on, Sean," you'd hear some form of working class accent. You'd hear someone who, in my parlance, has to work for a living. There is a groundswell of people in London who just want to have a practical conversation about their needs, not be told that they're racist, sexist or any other ist because they don't agree with the sort of zeitgeist. They just want London to work.
The majority of people in this country who voted for Brexit, we did so because we were thick.
So it's time to reclaim patriotism and to understand that the flag doesn't divide us, it unites us. The love for this country is strong, and it's not something to be ashamed of or suppressed. It's something to be encouraged and celebrated. Don't take my word for it. This country is so great, we literally named our channel after it. Cheers.
But we do have a backup plan. It'll be probably another 5 minutes. And I want all you guys to know that out there, that this is why, because I need to get the word out. We can't even get the word out to the people that are frankspeech.com because they blocked the thing. But this is part of what I'm going to talk about today. This is the cover-up. This is the absolute cover-up of the worst crime in history. And we're going to talk about all this today. This is and you're going to see all kinds of things. We're going to educate everybody. We're going to show them
it opened the pathway to those next steps, and I was absolutely delighted at that.
But you can't remember your grades.
So many. It's so long ago. I mean, it's 27 years ago.
Did you get 3 A stars?
I didn't get 3 A stars. It's fair to say.
Did you get 3 Ds? What did you get?
But what it is fair to say.
Why won't you tell me? Is it a state secret?
It absolutely is. I've forgotten. It's so long ago. I mean, it's 27 years ago.
The majority of people in this country who voted for Brexit, we did so because we were thick.
Why, for example, do we roll the dice with young people for a virus that poses the vast majority of them precious little physical threat? That's inexplicable to me. And blackmailing young adults with things like the right of entry into a nightclub is unforgivable. Meanwhile, in London, Mayor Khan wants to make mask wearing the law, even though the evidence that they have any effect is debatable. So why would you impose a measure that doesn't definitively work? Because it's all about control. The state wants to control you. Big business wants to control you. And your meddling neighbour next door and Hollywood actresses Tenor Penny want to control you.
We're going to be running. I'll show you over here. You see this data that's running there? That's cyber data from what I've got. Let's see if it's moving. It's not rotating yet, but that'll go in an endless stream for days. And we put 6 states up there. But we're not going to start the regular program though, because I want to start because it's all educational and it all goes in sequence.
Indeed, and I was just going to add to that, Matt. I mean, the fact that supermarket shelves in some places are not as full as they were, clearly not everywhere, there's many, many reasons for this right now. I mean, firstly, we're an island nation, so that has a big factor on trucks travelling, and the shortage of lorry drivers does exist in other countries as well. It's not just here, but the idea that the reason you can't get jam tarts in the Co-op is because of Brexit is a nonsense.
It's madness. I mean, you can't insult people into agreeing with you. You know what? They lost the debate. We've got on with the business and we're making a success of it. And to hark back to something that, well, it's gone, it's lost. But to insult his own, why does he know better than the majority of people in this country who voted to leave the EU? It's just not on.
Well, two things there. The argument that they're using that we're going to vaccinate children to protect the elderly, having also said the children are going to kill granny. The way that we've treated our children is an absolute national disgrace. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Any form of forced vaccination of my child, a mandatory vaccination, I'll take my kids out of school. And if they come in and they say, you've got to have it, then they'll meet me with a very large shovel and they'll be getting a plonk on the head.
president's son, Eduardo, coming here, if I say it right, how do you say it? Bolsonaro. Yeah.
Bolsonaro.
Okay, Bolsonaro.
The majority of people in this country who voted for Brexit, we did so because we were thick.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Your phone calls tonight have been described variously as rabid, pig-ignorant, and stultifyingly ill-informed. Thanks for those.